This is the last weekly lesson of 2024. You might not know this, but the weekly lesson is a rather new entity on my website, and it is still evolving and transforming so that it can serve you better. The first one came out in mid-2024, and it was rather different from the lesson you see today. It was dry, factual, and more about study, before I changed it to give it an online storytelling function. Telling a story in the form of a weekly lesson is exciting and fun. You get to teach and tell a story, and students get to learn a lot about UK life and culture, as well as learning new words, idioms, and phrases. I designed it particularly for those who are looking to advance more and change. Some of you ask if I could produce a vocabulary list with meanings or add more bells and whistles. That is a lovely idea, but like everyone else, I have very severe time constraints, which stop me from getting so involved with it. I write it, check it, post it, and leave it for you to study. If it serves you, then great, but if you feel it isn't, then come and talk to me, and I will try to help. The idea behind the weekly lesson is that it can help you read, write, speak, and listen better. So even if you feel that you don't understand anything, it can still be of value. Let me explain. Speaking. The audio was presented in all of my social media channels, so you can recite the audio lesson along with me. The process is called shadowing. You don't need to understand anything, you just need to try to speak like me to improve your accent. This is the natural way to improve your accent. This is what kids do. Listening. I don't actually speak slowly, I just speak clearly, ensuring that you catch my words as I speak. Writing. If you feel brave enough, you can try to write as I speak. Bring what you have written to one of our lessons, and we can look at it together, and Bob's your uncle. Reading. The lesson is published on the main page of my website, teacherjoseph.com, and it is also put in my blog as a post, so it is easy for you to find. About me, well, when it comes to storytelling, I'm an absolute natural. The problem is they can't really shut me up once I start talking. I've been presenting a podcast every day for the last 3 years like clockwork. I'm up with the lark, reading the news, and then posting it for you. I am approaching episode number 1000, and I'm currently looking at how to make it better. I'm currently reviewing my social media strategy, so you'll be seeing some changes in the new year. I don't think 2 separate broadcasts, one video clip on YouTube and one podcast on most days, are really serving your higher needs. Also, as much as I love making them, there are other ways I can help you, especially in these days of artificial intelligence, where machine learning is all the rage. I think probably one clip or podcast once or twice a week might be enough to bring the weekly lesson to you, along with my usual outside broadcasts, which I make when I am on the street or in the shops. For that to happen, I will need to ensure the lesson itself is brimming over with better content. My preference would be to bring about positive thinking and motivation. I can do that with laughter, and I know many of you think my content is funny. But there also needs to be some discussion about how to get you motivated, and that is something which takes a bit of work. Many of you would rather see new words on the page rather than hearing me talk about psychology. So things are changing, and I hope you journey with me through this transitional process. The great thing about this lesson is that I can see its possibilities, and that is what we need to focus on without losing the core value of why the lesson is presented, the reason why it exists, to bring you English in a practical way. Storytelling is a great way of getting points across, but that doesn't always have to be experiences about me. It can be stories about anyone or anything. Also, to take a new story of the day or another person's story to study would add greater value, and is actually paramount in learning, to read how people present information in a different way from me. That's something else to look out for. Content from other people or news stories which we can dissect and digest together. So there's plenty of new content coming your way, but it might look a little bit different from what we are doing right now. Anyway, whatever comes up for you in 2025, I hope it's joyful, peaceful, and full of happiness, and I am looking forward to working with you throughout the year. Happy Christmas and Happy New Year.